What is going on, guys? Cinema World from Cinema Productions here, back with another year-end video for you all today. Well, pretty much predictions that I started this channel back in 2015. Man, I can't believe it's been that long already. Well, I'm going to end the year talking about my favorite movies of the year. So today I'm going to talk about my favorite movies of 2024. Now, 2024, honest to God, I never, and I repeat, never wanted a year to end more quickly than this year. Which is kind of strange because I don't, like, this is definitely not the worst year of my life. Like, it's not 2016, 2020, or 2022, honestly. Like, in terms of like, life events and everything. But it's just the most blah 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 year of my life. Honestly, but just like a lot of stuff kept happening and just there wasn't any signs of going on. Like also the world not being shitty and what the world's coming to is like really doesn't help. And also just dealing with a lot of personal anxiety stuff, a lot of life changes, and just trying to figure out myself and dealing with a lot of shitty things and just figuring out like where I stand in my life. I feel like this is the most like where does it stand honestly, and why did this stuff keep happening and all that stuff. Like I probably explained this in my update video I did a few weeks ago, but yeah, this was definitely the most up and down year of my life. That's for sure. Uh, it's not like any like significant event happened. It's just life being life, as they always say. Life being life. Just life being life, as they always say. But of course, I've seen a lot of movies this year so far. I have seen a lot of movies this year, like a lot of people have. And also, this is probably of all the years I've done like reviewing movies, this is probably the only one of the only years where like I never really had the definitive number one. Well, basically, a lot of years I will always watch that one movie. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be number one, and nothing's gonna top it. Like 2022 probably the exception because I thought that was The Fablemans. Then I rewatched The Perseverance constantly, and then a couple other movies like bumped that movie down to what Perseverance was my favorite last year. But in every other year, what Inside Out was my favorite movie 2015, La La Land was my favorite movie 2016, Baby Driver was 2017, 8th Grade 2018, Avengers Endgame 2019, Soul 2020, Spider-Man No Way Home 2021, and last year Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which were my favorite movies of those years. I knew after watching those movies, I knew they were going to be my number ones. But it's probably one of the only years where I was like, I never really had true definitive. It wasn't until actually just now where I looked back at all the movies I watched this year. And again, I know I've not watched every movie that come out this year because not just normal and natural, honestly. Like maybe there's a movie that's beloved, queer acclaim that probably would be on this list, but timing and other stuff be damn honestly. Like even I can't watch like every movie that's out there, even though I do watch a lot. So it's a movie that's not on this list, where it be on the actual list on your mentions. It's a lot because I have not seen it yet, but of course, always I love to know your favorite movies of the year down in the comment section. Let me know which ones you love the most 24. I was gonna say it's probably also in terms of quality, it's probably I'd say a solid year for movies. Like I'll say, it's probably the least good year of movies of the 2020 so far, at least in my opinion. But doesn't mean there weren't any like gems that come out. Like even the worst years always even the worst years always has at least those gems that like could be some of your favorites, and we definitely have videos here. So sorry for the long intro, but let's get talking about the top 10 favorite movies of 2023. Again, sorry my voice is still a bit scratchy again. It's fortunate time of year, and sorry my eye looks a little weird. Honestly, I think something. I don't know what happened. I think all the coffee might have done something to it, but I should be fine. In case you guys are asking, but I figured I let you guys know that. So, all that being said, let's get to talk about the top 10, my personal top 10 favorite movies of 2024. Again, in my humble opinion. But as always, before we do get to the actual top 10, let's get into the honorable mentions. The films I did love just did not make the list, and they are Sing Sing, probably the most underrated movie to come out this year. I won't say much about it, but it's basically like a unique version of Shawshank Redemption, but I do recommend checking it out. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Again, it's a dumb fun movie, but I love the dumb fun every now and then. And this movie that I put a big grin on my face when I first watched it. It's like the first Transformers comes a better movie overall, but this one's not far from it, honestly. Next is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is, of course, the fourth Planet of the Apes, kind of the continuation of the reboot trilogy. And while it doesn't reach the highs of the trilogy, it still manages down on its own and manages to have some great moments in general. And I'm very excited to see what it do with the two movies. Bad Boys Ride or Die. So another really good entry in this franchise. Again, it's crazy how consistent this franchise has been and how we got another movie. It's crazy we got the third one, now we got another one, and probably got a fifth one. Granted, but if they continue this quality, I'm all for it. I say full life still the best one, but this might be a close second of the franchise. Yes, I think it's better than the original. Piece by Piece, the Lego biopic on Pharrell Williams. Which, I'll say, if you're not like familiar with a lot of these actors and singers, you probably not being impactful very much as I did, or have much fun with it. But I am familiar with Pharrell Williams and a lot of these singers and artists, so yeah. They do play well here, and the Lego aspect really makes it stand up in biopics. Hey, I think I use at least one good biopic every year. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. It came out way too late, but overall, still a pretty great movie. Rebel Ridge, a Netflix movie that really just blew up out of nowhere, and yeah, for good reason. Good reason. It's definitely one of the better Netflix movies to come out, and movie has great action set piece to it. It's just a really great overall solid movie that's easily watchable. Maxine, the finale of the X trilogy. So yeah, while it's not probably my least favorite of the trilogy, honestly, and while it is a tad bit disappointing in terms of the mystery, I still say it delivers. A Quiet Place, Day One, a really great prequel to the original two movies. Again, so far one of the more consistent franchises that we have gotten. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to see what else they can do with these stories going forward. While I may not answer a lot more stuff that I would like them to, it still does a pretty good job of what it has to do, and it has a pretty wholesome story. And the last painful Conyo mentions, and actually did make the list prior, actually. I think it actually was originally on the list. But it's a case where I don't think they bumped it down, just other films went up, and that's Abigail. One of the most pure, fun, crazy vampire movies that come out this year. Honestly, it's just pure, crazy fun, has a unique twist to it. It really delivers on the stuff that you expected me to do, but in the best possible way. Now, like I said, but it's long enough, let's get the actual top 10. And now we get the actual list. Coming in at number 10, my 10th favorite movie of 2024. And it was definitely a toss-up, but in the end, I decided my number 10 is going to be Alien Romulus. Definitely one of the most surprising movies to come out in 2024. Like, I was definitely curious about it because obviously it's pumping Alvarez, but obviously Alien's been like a very up and down franchise since after the first two movies, which we all agree about the former classics. And truthfully, I don't even know how many Alien movies they make. I don't think Alien is going to top one. And I think that making movies in between the first two movies, I think was actually a smart idea, actually. But little I know it was going to be as great as it was. It's a bit nostalgic and does reminisce a little bit on the previous two movies, kinda, but well, yeah, nostalgia is definitely an overplayed thing nowadays. Like, really overplayed. Really overplayed. Sometimes when you do it right, it can make you some pretty great stuff, honestly. And Alien Romulus is no exception. Especially in that third act, which goes in directions I did not expect it to go. You get some pretty satisfying moments, some of the best more action in Alien movie. Some really well-written characters, at least the main leads. Some really great acting, some great visual effects, incredible directed by Fede Alvarez. Again, it was still going between this and Abigail for number 10 spot, honestly. But in terms of ones I see I can come back to the most, I had to go with Alien Romulus. Again, by a landslide, the best Alien movie since the first two movies. It's at least on the list, honestly. Again, I don't think Alien movies got to top those two originals, because, I mean, they're classic for a reason, but, hey, these got one that actually was good, at least. And number 9, actually. This one actually didn't make my list originally. I think it was originally in the mentions. But I decided to rewatch it recently. It's one of the cases where a film I rewatched recently ended up getting so much better on a rewatch. At number 9, we have Transformers 1. Yes, the animated prequel movie ends up making my top 10, honestly. I'm not sure if I'm one of the only people that has me with the best movie of the year, but yeah, this, I think this might be one if not the most surprising movie I saw this year. I'm pretty sure like an animated prequel was one that's gonna be like great, honestly. Again, Transformers down, up and down, right? Honestly, like obviously, the Transformers is a franchise that just the movies at least has been up and down mostly because of the Michael Bay movies. And the last two ones have been not that bad, honestly. With Bumblebee still be my favorite one, and Rise of the Beast actually being a pretty solid movie. I'm pretty sure we didn't expect much from an animated prequel that was going to have like a star-studded cast. Like, I see where this is going, and the trailers didn't really do much to sell the movie either. But when I first saw, I was like, holy shit, I'm invested in a Transformers movie. Now, actually, I'm debating whether I think this is the best Transformers movie. Like, I'm debating between this and Bumblebee. But this is what happens when you actually have Transformers that doesn't have human characters and makes Transformers actually, actual characters. Which of course has always been a consistent issue with Michael Bay, even the best ones. I think Bumblebee's the only one I really don't have, because obviously it's not my Michael Bay, but Transformers 1 is great, beautiful animation, fantastic voice acting, especially from Brian Tyree Henry, how it explores the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron. And while it's one of those films that kind of goes how you expect it, it's one of those examples where it does it in the best possible way, where despite how you know how it's going to go, you're still invested. They really do a great job of building the relationship between the two characters and the two leads. And they do a good job of building motivations and making it make sense why they end up turning on each other, what leads to them obviously being like the hero and villain that we all know. And it does it in a very effective way. Again, it really pains me upon like not going to continue the story because obviously it bombed. Probably kind of hope so, but I kind of doubt it. But yeah, Transformers 1 was a genuine surprise. Now coming in at number 8 is Anora. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even know what's this movie. I think it's a film that got popular at some film festivals. That's one I've always heard about. And yeah, it's as good as it is. The only thing was, I recommend not going much about it. Well, one of the first 30 minutes it might not seem like is like exciting. It's one of the movies that once the story really kicks in, oh my god, you're in one of the most unique, hilarious, and off-the-wall experiences I've had all year. And that's really all I'm going to say about it, honestly, but it is definitely an experience I'm not going to forget. Also, give Mikey Madison that Oscar nomination. And now, coming in at number 7, we get to another horror movie. It's weird that this is a year where basically horror started off very rough, honestly. But still in 2022, we ended up getting some horror classic after horror classic after horror classic. Hell, I think you saw 2 of them in the mentions with Quiet Place Day 1 and Maxine. And films like Heretic were pretty great as well. Like, there were some really good horror movies that came out this year. I mean, there's some very shitty ones, of course, but like some actually ended up my worst movies of the year, but there are pretty good ones. With number 7 going to The Substance. I feel this, and find out this actually is my favorite horror movie of the year. Though I feel The Substance is one of those movies that definitely going to be well regarded as one of the future horror classics. Like, this is a body horror movie done right. Like, it's a movie that's not for the faint of heart. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not for the faint of heart. Like, if you're someone that's grossed out by body stuff and all stuff and body horror movies, like, yeah. But it's definitely one of the more unique experiences that I've had. Honestly, with Demi Moore really gives her career best performance, honestly, and the images and how it delivers on the horror aspects. Like, it's so unique and also the messaging, which doesn't feel like too in your face as you expect. And it's also shot beautifully, has some of the best directing in a horror movie I've seen in quite a while. And yeah, I'm not sure it's one I'm going to go back to very often, but it's one that I'm always going to appreciate what I do. But we get to that's actually my favorite horror movie of 2024, and that is Terrifier 3, which as of right now is actually my favorite of the Terrifying movies. Terrifier. Which gets credit in the end of becoming one of the biggest franchises out there. With the original game of 2016 was kind of a proof of concept movie. Then the director ends up funny enough for the sequel made 2022, which ended up being one of the biggest surprises that year. Well, again, if the film wasn't as long as it was, honestly, it probably would have made my favorite movie 2022, honestly. That's how good it was. But Terrifier 3, see it as a little bit shorter time, easily made the list. It's pretty much everything, like, it's a movie that basically finds both elements of the first two movies, yet does it in a very effective way. Really delivers on the orange candy, as Grimm's like really go in your face and kind of too far at times, but does it in a very unique way that you still are invested. I think Laura Vera is still one of the best upcoming actresses, one of the best final girls, and she has one of the best final girls in recent horror movie history, with Autoclan being a horror icon for a reason. Great kills, great story. I cannot wait to see what Damien Leone does with Terrifier 4 and what else is there to do with this franchise. Also, fun fact, I actually met Laura Rivera earlier this year at a horror convention in Worcester. See, I even got a picture. That was one of the best moments of my life during this year. So I think I mentioned that I actually met Laura Rivera this year. I met Laura Rivera. So maybe I'm a little biased here, but yeah, Terrifier 3 is my favorite horror movie to come this year. Now we get my top 5. And my top 5 actually were pretty definitive of what movies they're going to be. It just depends on what order they're going to be in. So I ended up rewatching all 5 of these movies. And now I've came to a decision. Coming in at 5, we have Wicked. Wicked. And I'm genuinely surprised, honestly. That's mostly because I've never been familiar with, the whole Wicked, the Wicked craze, and never been familiar with what Wicked actually was about. But again, I'm always looking for a good musical, and I say they delivered, honestly. Production design is great. Again, what they do with directing was pretty interesting, and the acting is phenomenal. Yeah, I also made me appreciate a lot of these songs so much more. Like, I had Defying Gravity, a lot of these songs stuck in my head for days after watching the movie for the first time. The movie numbers were incredible. The storytelling is pretty engaging. I had a smile on my face throughout the entire runtime. Again, I can maybe someone out, like, again, Cinema Transformers 1 is another case, but I definitely thought it was great, but after rewatching it, my opinion basically went up, honestly. And now I think it's definitely one of my favorites of the year, honestly, and I cannot wait for Wicked Part 2. Now, coming in number 4, we have Dune Part 2. Which, of course, is the sequel to Dune that came out in 2021, which ended up making my best list that year, and Dune Part 2 makes it this year, honestly. So obviously I think this is a better movie than one. That movie's already a masterclass of filmmaking, production design, and somehow Dune Part 2 tops that. Again, they don't seem to always seem to always make it somewhere on my best list in some way. But, like Prisoners was definitely. I think Prisoners was my favorite movie in 2013 before I saw Tempest Agua and The Wind Rises. I think Enemy probably was an mention my 2014 list. I think Sakai was also on mention that list, if I remember correctly. Arrival was number 2, 2016. Blade Runner 2019 was number 3, number 4, 2017. 17 and the Human Place Arena are always going to make my best list in some way, shape, or form, whether it be in the actual list or mentions, and Part 2 is no exception. Like, everything I love about Part 1's here, it builds a lot more elements of the first movie, has more insane action set, has more incredible action, where it does a good job building more of the lore, the story, which is very dense lore, and lore that I really want to explore more, honestly. Like, as from this, I have not watched like Dune Prophecy at the moment, I have not heard not some good things about it, unfortunately. But I can't wait to see what they do to close out this film again. It's weird design to make it like actual trilogy instead of a part 2, because this was said to be like the conclusion. But besides that, 2.2 was still great. And now we get to the top 3. And these will probably make true to my top 3. Again, it just depends which one was going to be my favorites. So I rewatched all 3 of these movies, and I think I finally have someone. But number 3, we got. Guess there ain't another superhero movie making pretty high on my list. Again, Predator was honestly problem. As I remember, it's not a good year of comic movies, mostly because the one main actually came out this year. Mostly because obviously, MCU being in a rut right now and certain things that happening. So, yeah. But my number 3 is Deadpool and Wolverine. It's funny, the MCU kind of be on the wall. They always add movies that always makes it pretty high on my list. Again, Spider-Man No Way Home was my favorite movie of 2021. Again, Volume 3 was my favorite movie last year, because they really closed out the Guardians trilogy so beautifully. Even Black Panther: Wakanda Forever ended up making my top like, even Black Panther Wakanda Forever made my best film of 2022. And now we have Deadpool Wolverine, which, I have to think about it, might be my favorite Deadpool movie. But yeah, I was not expecting that, honestly, but here we are. I mean, I used Logan here, and also Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was used very well here. Again, it's not a film that kind of relies a bit on the nostalgia train concept by No Way Home, but it does it in a very effective way. Maybe the story's not as engaging as that movie. Like, it's one of the films I don't think they were trying to make like the best story. They were trying to have a blast, and this is why it lands like the most fun movie of 2022. The movie 2022 that I thought was the most fun, the most exhilarating, the most entertaining, the most, oh my god, so much fun movie of the year. And your reason, whether it be from the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, whether it be from the humor, whether it be from the actor set pieces, the cameos, and a lot of sequences where they use music in an incredibly effective way. Like, I'm gonna remember that opening sequence for the rest of my life. It's just an extreme movie that similar stuff come back to constantly, like most of the best Marvel movies. Also, at some point next year, I expect me to do a top 10 best moments on the Deadpool movies. But yeah, Deadpool Wolverine is the most fun movie of the year, the most exhilarating movie of the year. I knew I was gonna have a big grin on my face when I watched it, and for me, I'm not sure whether people like it this high, honestly, but like I said, it's my list. You may not like it, and I totally get why, but for me, it was just an exhilarating, fun time. Now the top 2! This is when the debate gets really something. This is when the debate really kicks in. This, my friend, is when the debate gets really something. Because I really debate, which find out, by the way, my top 2 are actually both animated movies. Which find out, because also, by the way, if you guys want to know what films will, also, by the way, if you guys want to know what would be my most underrated films, my most disappointing movies, my most surprising movies, even my worst movies of the year, you can check out my TikTok. You guys want to find out which of the movies that I found to be on those lists, like which ones find me disappointing and underrated and surprising. You can check that out on my TikTok. I think that's on Film List. I'll upload on my channel now. And also, if you want to find out also what films I'm excited for coming next year. And my top 2 worst movies 22 are also both animated movies, with my number 2 being the Singing Cheeks movie, which I didn't even hate when I first watched it, but that's kind of worse the more I thought about it. And the worst being Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate, which is one of the worst animated movies, one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. But my top 2 are basically animated movies, which right now is both Pixar and one from DreamWorks. So I'm going to talk about both of them and basically talk about which one would be on my list. First, we have the Pixar one, that's Inside Out 2, which ended up being the highest grossing movie of 2024, which is kind of insane, which I wasn't expecting that, but anyway, I love the original Inside Out. It's also not only my favorite Pixar movie, but my favorite animated movie, period. Honestly, it's also my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I adore that movie to no end. It complements everything I love so much about Pixar into one package. So I wasn't sure how I was going to feel when I was getting a sequel, but honestly, I'm not really surprised we were getting a sequel at some point. But I think the animated obviously would be on this list. They managed to deliver, in my opinion. Obviously, it doesn't reach like the height of the original, but they managed to make some elements of the original a lot better, actually, and a lot more interesting. And how they explain anxiety here, like, there's one thing I always say that's always been so great about Pixar, is how they always tackle like certain themes so incredibly well, and have so much relatable moments. And this is no exception. We've actually how to tackle anxiety, which has been my biggest thing going on in 2024, is dealing with anxiety. So I think they did that pretty well, honestly, and season the end of all the anxiety and everything is just so, and the same of course in the ending when they end up also hugging anxiety, like, they always manage to touch me at moments. Granted, the emotions are still pretty well utilized as well. Even the new emotions are great. They took a Riley in a pretty more interesting way here, and the way they took anxiety into her story was really compelling. You get the same like charminess and humor that you expect from original. Maybe like a bit of a rehash, but not too much of a rehash. So yeah, I absolutely adored this movie when I first saw it, and I still do love it. And then we get to the DreamWorks classic, The Wild Robot, which oh my god, this movie blew me away. And it still blew me away after rewatch it. Again, DreamWorks is always known to be like very inconsistent with the qualities, as they manage as for every like 2 or 3 movies that end up, whatever, like one movie that ends up being an amazing movie, they have 2, 3 like good, solid, mediocre, bad movies. But usually they'll have a movie that ends up being a big diamond in the rough. I mean, like I mentioned, what Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was my favorite movie of 2022. Yeah, it originally wasn't, honestly. I think it was like number 19 on that list. But the more I watched it, the more I thought about it, the more it had to top that list. And of course, the first 2 Shrek movies and How to Train Your Dragon, like Megamind, the original. It's like one thing actually, do you think make movies that get outrival Pixar and Disney? But it's so weird, the movies are always so very inconsistent sometimes. But we actually got another diamond in the rough with this movie, which is one of the most beautiful animated movies I have ever seen. One of the most touching stories in any animated movie ever. And it also thinks like a very simple story, but ends up becoming very complex as it goes on, similar to a lot of the best DreamWorks movies. The relationship is incredibly well done. The messaging isn't in your face. It has really well, let's say, humor. Perhaps some of the most touching scenes, the most emotional, and one of the most emotionally, and one of the most emotional endings I've seen in any anime movie in a long time. Like, both these movies are just perfect anime movie packages. Now, like honestly, I think originally I had Inside Out as my favorite, honestly. But after we watched The Wild Robots, I decided to me, Inside Out being my number 2, and The Wild Robots is my personal favorite movie. That's why I took you guys, because well, Inside Out 2 definitely had more relatable themes, and that's the ones I always go to. I mean, how 8th grade was my favorite movie 2018 for that exact reason. In terms of films that just my why I love movies and just touching me even more, I knew I had to go with The Wild Robots. Oh my god. Well guys, that's me talking about my top 10 favorite movies of 2024. Hope you guys enjoyed because this movie did go for another good year on this channel. Like I mentioned before at the beginning of the year, I really have no clue how long I'm going to keep doing YouTube, honestly. It's not that I don't enjoy doing it, honestly. I mean, there definitely were some times where I was contemplating quitting or just not sure what I wanted to do on my channel. But, because I know all the support I do see on the channel, how I always get like a lot of love and comments against people that say they love my channel, and people saying that do love my videos, I love watching my opinions on certain things and certain subjects. So it genuinely means a lot that you guys do enjoy my content. It honestly got me to more than you guys will ever know. So again, I don't know how long we keep doing this. Like it's just been the thing that's just kept me busy and occupied for a lot of my life since I started doing 2015. And it's one of the things I was like, I don't know why I see myself doing that, which is kind of what I'm trying to figure out this year, honestly. Is trying to figure my life outside of YouTube. And while I think I definitely figured out some of that aspect, I think I'm still not fully there yet. So I really have no clue how long I'm going to keep doing YouTube, so might as well enjoy it while it lasts, honestly. But as always, again, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys want to see more videos like this. And again, I'd love to know your favorite movies down below in the comment section. I have a lot of exciting content coming for coming New Year. And again, if you guys want to support my channel further, you can either like I do have a merch link where you can buy some merch off of me, where it basically has like a lot of stuff that represents my brand, my positivity aspects of my life. So if you guys want to support me further, I also do have a Venmo as well if you guys want to send me any tips or anything. So it's basically it's not mandatory, but basically if you guys want to see more improved content or more quality improved videos, you guys can do that. And any donation, I'll do a video of your choosing. I do have an exciting video project coming next year where we just talk about more best moments list, best characters list. I think I'm currently doing my Dragon Jog review series. I'm going to have my season 2 ranking coming in the next couple days. And eventually I'm planning on doing season 3 and 4. And I'm planning on doing the same with other shows as well. Truth be told, I really have no idea what 2025 is going to hold for me, honestly. Not sure what's going to happen. Maybe I'll have a good change of life that's going to really affect me so greatly. I genuinely have no freaking idea. Again, 2024 being like the most mad year of my life. Not saying there were anything that came out of it, because obviously I've done a lot of karaoke this year, which ended up being like, which I met so many more new people coming out of it. I made so many great friends. I had my first sleepover this year. I actually went to someone's house for a bit since being in Worcester. I was invited to like a special Friendsgiving. I was invited to an actual Friendsgiving. Was pretty awesome that I actually got invited to a Friendsgiving place by people, which was pretty awesome. Like I'm thankful I do live in an area I'm able to express myself with karaoke and my music, which is something I think I ever would have done back in Florida. Like I think if I was still in Florida, I think I'd probably be miserable, honestly. So thank God I'm in a better place. It's fine every day I think I'm still in a good, better place in my life. And able to talk to people more. I'm able to express my emotions a lot better. I was like, this is also about you. I think I had less meltdowns on this year. At least I now have better control of them. At least, well, I'm like not constantly melting down. I'm not constantly getting anxiety, so that's a good sign at least. So I'm not sure what 20's going to have in store for me or what's going to happen, but you know, might as well see how the story goes at least and what's going to happen. And no matter what, I'm always going to say my good old goofy, happy, positive self. That's what I'm always going to try to do, is be my goofy, happy, positive self. That's what I'm always going to gear towards. And I'm going to do. Again, I have a lot of this coming away. I'm kind of working on what I want to do. And again, I do plan to upload more on my Survivor Encyclopedia channel, which is linked down in the description, where it has a lot of videos discussing my thoughts on everything, discussing my thoughts on Survivor, Big Brother, and other reality show content. And basically, I'm also going to focus on doing a lot of cast rankings. So basically, I'm going to rank every cast, every season, rank every member of Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race, and Hell's Kitchen. So you can follow my channel and see it. Not sure how much I'm going to post on that channel, but anyway, go. Yeah, I'm trying also not overdo myself. So maybe some days might have more videos than others. So we will see how it goes. It's definitely been a year where I'm also trying to take care of myself. Sorry, this is like very rambly stuff, but I just want to express how crazy this year has been. Honestly, it's by not any major events happening. So I'm just gonna go for another good year on YouTube. Let's pray God for 2025 being a good year. Honestly, if I does not be the worst in my life, I never want the year end more quickly than 2024. And also let me know what other videos you guys want to see me do down in the comment section. Let me know what content you guys want to see from me. And different type of videos you guys want to see me do. And I also do plan to upload more and more compilations with open mics and karaoke, so stay tuned for that. I am Samuel World from Samuel Productions. I will see you guys down as always. Stay cool, everybody. Peace.